Ja valmentajat and coaches Mikko Manner, Ari-Pekka Selin.
Hyvät naiset ja herrat, tervetuloa MM-kisojen 6. kisapäivälle! Tänään illalla me pelataan legendaarinen kamppailu Suomen ja Ruotsin välillä. Mina damer och herrar, välkommen till sjätte dagen av världsmästerskapsturneringen. Idag får vi njuta av en legendarisk kamp mellan Finland och Sverige. Har vi Sverige här i huset? Ja, inte Suomi! Onko Suomi där någonstans? Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 6th day of the tournament. Here is my good friend Miracle. Let's see what Miracle here can do on skates. Are you ready?
Tulisit se pelaa meidän kanssa?
Jee! Suomi! Suomi!
Punti 20.
Niitä on muovittu jo ennen
Ja!
vastata mistä syystä.
Aasissa minä. Se konta. Ei.
Tervetuloa Ruotsin joukkue! Please welcome Team Sweden! Tervetuloa Suomen joukkue! Please welcome Team Finland! Tämän ottelun tuomaristo on kansainvälinen jääkiekkoliitto. The game officials for this game have been licensed and decided by the International Ice Hockey Federation. Päätuomari, the referees, Jeff Ingram, Sean McFarlane. Videotuomari, the vice persons, Nick Pinitanti, Nathan Van Osten.
One of the best rivalries in sports. Certainly one of the best rivalries in international hockey. Sweden and Finland getting set to meet. Add to that both teams at 3-0, 9 points, and sharing top spot in the division here at the 2022 IIHF Men's World Hockey Championship. There's the traditional handshakes that happen prior to every game. This is a back-to-back situation for Sweden, coming off the win last night against Great Britain. Take a look at the coaches. Jukka Jalonen in behind the bench for Finland has been coaching the team since the 18-19 season. And there is Johan Karpelov trying to rebound from a 9th place finish at the World Championship last year. Quarterfinal loss in the Olympics. For Finland, it was a silver medal last year at the World Championship in Riga, and then a gold medal at the Olympics for Finland, and this should be a good one.
And both teams do not want to give up an inch in this game, and Mannenen's been fantastic for the Finns. He's always working, feet moving, puck towards the net. Jonathan Pudas has been playing a little bit of forward, although he's a defenseman, as Sweden wants to round out their roster with some more players.
Harry Sateri will get the start in goal for Finland. 1-0, stopped 16 of 17 in a win over Latvia. 5 games at the Olympics for him. He was brilliant. And Magnus Hellberg coming off a shutout last night. He made 16 saves over Great Britain, his 2nd World Championship shutout. And Magnus Hellberg 5-0 in World Championship play. The building is full. A lot of Finland jerseys, but there are a number of Swedish fans in this rink tonight. The atmosphere, like the game, should be brilliant. Let's get it going. Hartikainen will send it in, and this will get lifted right back out by Rasmus Dahlin, who has been simply outstanding for Sweden in this tournament. Adam Larsson back into his own end. His pass up the boards picked up by Odema, and Hartikainen with the game's first chance. And Hellberg making a good stop on that. Dahlin will take it back into his own zone. The teams will start their first change 30 seconds in. Dahlin, the long lead pass. This will get deflected in. Corner boards, it is Nordstrom trying to work it free. Ends up on the far side. 2 new additions for Sweden in this game. From the Dallas Stars, Jacob Peterson, and from the Los Angeles Kings, Carl Grundstrom. This gets snapped off the boards and down the ice. It is cleared down by Antti Otema. Oliver Ekman-Larsson will park in behind his own net, the captain of the Swedish team. Sails it on for Klingberg, and Klingberg will play it in. Off the corner boards, Brome will play it back for Carl Klingberg. Klingberg trying to get away from the checking of Freeman. Brome puts on the brakes, gets to the forehand, spins it back down low. Sami Vatanen trying to break it up in behind the Finland net. They work it to the corner. Freeman back into the pile and comes up with the puck. Turned over, Klingberg trying to get it to the net and jammed out at center and cleared away by Salonen. On it goes for Lamiko. Lamiko will put on the brakes against Henrik Tomernes. And the puck grabbed off by Bengtsson.
And expect a lot of the plays for both teams will be puck battles along the boards below the goal line, and then looking to try to center with some traffic in front.
Henrik Tomernes, the lead pass to the line and no further for Oskars Lang. Dahlin will put it in behind the net where Harry Sateri will come up with it. Sateri turned it over, and then Sateri has to make a real good stop in tight off Dahlin. Dahlin chases back into his own end. Sends it on for Lang. Lang has Grundstrom with him, and offside is called at the line.
Adam Larsson with the giveaway. One pass later in early first shift, Hellberg is able to make the stop. And Sateri gives it away. Doesn't help his defenseman. Thrown out front. Ullman tries to get it past the right pad. And just late to it is Carl Grundstrom, who's also late to the tournament, but inches away from making a difference.
Manninen comes out for Finland, having an excellent tournament. 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists for him. Deflected up at center. Manninen will give chase. Dahlin lays it on for Larsson. Back for Dahlin. Not much room in behind the Swedish net. And Freeberg will send it up at center. Shellman will drop it off for Rasmus Asplund. Sends it back in behind the net, trying to find Shellman. Lettieri breaks it up and on for Hartikainen. Out at center it goes, and Mikael Granlund will carry it in. Granlund with the shot. Hellberg with the save.
Granlund's been excellent since dropping in the lineup for Finland. His opening game was able to get a power play assist, a power play goal against Latvia. And for Hellberg, positionally sound so far.
Valtteri Filppula, the captain of the Finnish team, out there now, number 51. Captain of the team that won gold at the Olympics. Play gets whistled down.
There's Jacob Peterson, one of the 2 forwards, along with Carl Grundstrom, who just came from the NHL playoffs, and we'll see if they can't get a medal around their neck. 65 games where Grundstrom had 12 goals and 17 points altogether.
Peterson coming off that Dallas-Calgary series. Grundstrom coming off the LA-Edmonton series. Ekman Larsson will send this in. He was on his own side of center. There is not a lot of leniency in international hockey when it comes to icing.
And there's not a lot of room in the neutral zone as well, because Finland, it's almost as though they have a diamond and then one back defenseman. And you get past that first player, you think you have some space, and then the center ice line is your next goal to get there, and obviously Ekman Larsson couldn't.
Ekman Larsson sends it on. Nordstrom could not get a stick on it. This will be another icing call.
One of the ways to break this in the neutral zone is for the defenseman, instead of trying to pass it up, skate it all the way up on an angle and then fire it back to your defensive partner, who then has to move it across. It's almost like a V, drop and over, tip, and then go forecheck.
Yoel Armia off the face-off, save made by Hellberg. This gets cleared out at center. Seppala battles forward in front of the bench. Finally, it comes loose. Armia couldn't get a handle on it. Lindholm goes cross ice for Tomernes. Tomernes will send this in. Harry Sateri will turn it away. Brome bumped there by Seppala. Otima's on the puck for Finland. Kept in at the line though by Lindholm. And the shot goes off the stick and out of play.
Now the lead up into this game. Finland, the host country, coming off the gold medal, their first at the Olympics. Sweden, who won gold in 2006 at the Olympics, and then a World Championship gold in Riga. And you think, okay, two powerhouse teams going after each other. This isn't going to be an open back and forth type game. It's going to be all along the walls, and the team that can dig in throughout the night more and come up with loose pucks is going to be more successful.
Lindholm at the line, looking for a lane to the net. Whistled that one over top the net. And on it is Sami Vatanen. He gets taken down there by Brome. Puck out the center, and Tomarnis will send it back in. Last 15 World Championships for Finland. 2 gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze. Pessonen tees it up, doesn't shoot it. Against the checking of Larson. Back for Freeman at the line. Sends it behind, Dahlin breaks it up. Tried to get it for Grundstrom, that failed to work, and a cross-ice pass that was intended for Pessonen ends up on the stick of Lang. Lang for Oman. Oman will put it on for Grundstrom. Grundstrom lets it go to Larson. Larson trying to get it back for Lang. Picked off defensively by Sami Vatanen. The rink-wide pass intended for Pessonen from Salonen goes off the skate. And Larson back in his own end. Bjornanen giving chase on Larson. Adam Larson of the Seattle Kraken sends it around. Freeberg is on it. Trying to work it out front. Right through the crease to the far corner. Asplund sends it back at the line. Gustafsson plays it down low. Freeberg trying to get it away from Veli Pukka. Race to the back of the net in the Finland zone. And cleared around, and Inala will deflect it out the center. Erik Gustafsson back into his own end. The stingy Finns, 2 goals against in 3 games played. And this is cleared, and this will be an icing call against Finland with 13.5 to go in the opening period.
What a luxury you have when one of your goaltenders has a save percentage of 94. That's Harry Sateri. Here's the play from behind the net, getting chased out one way, going to the other, and that backhand chance doesn't get past the pad. Freeberg needs to take one more step, but Sateri gets his stick up and into the body. And I'll just finish my thought on Okanora, the backup. His save percentage is 98%, stopping 49 of 50 shots, and he's going to watch from the bench in this one.
Rivalry, yes, between these two countries, but they have hosted the World Championship together 12-13 and 12-12, or 2012. For Sweden, back-to-back goals in 2017, 2018. In across the line, shot, that's wide. Gustafsson lost his footing at center and fell. Here comes Granlund to the short side, and that's punched away by the blocker of Hellberg. Hartikainen trying to center it. Nordstrom gets bowled over by Hartikainen. And Erik Gustafsson, back with the Chicago Blackhawks, will lift it out. Bemstrom plays it into the Finland zone, and he'll scamper to the bench. Mikko Lehtinen in behind his own net, averaging 21 minutes of ice time per game. Leads Finland in that category, and also has 4 points in 3 games in this World Championship. Tomarnis will circle slowly out of his own zone for Sweden. This will get deflected in by Benson. Bengtsson going in after it as well. He's had a good tournament. 5 points, including 3 goals. And now the game will get its first penalty.
Team Sweden, 86, 2 minutes for selection.
Our beautiful mascot, Miracle, loves to do all sorts of fun stuff. And now he wants to make a way that we need everyone's help. Miracle on meidän maskotti tykkää kaikenlaisesta hauskuudesta, ja nyt Miracle haluaa tehdä aallon. Ja me tarvitaan kaikkien apua. Onko valmiina? Let's go! Miracle näyttää täällä vauhtia. All right, Atlante!
the wave going here at Nokia Arena. Dennis Mulligan has Switzerland up on Slovakia 1-0. Fourth goal of the championship for him. So he is tied for the lead with Pierre-Luc Dubois and Rasmus Asplund, who is in this game, and also tied with Roman Cervenka with 7 points in this World Championship. So Brome to the penalty box, and Finland goes to the power play. Picked up and cleared all the way down the ice. Referees for this game, Jeff Ingram of Langley, Sean McFarland of Wheeling, West Virginia, and your linesmen are Nick Berganti of Hartford and Nathan Van Oosten of Surrey, BC. Granlund plays it around for Hartikainen. Hartikainen back for Granlund. Salonen is on the loose puck. Salonen will send it back. Immonen will control. Manninen on the near side. Manninen being watched closely. Turns to the forehand in front for Hartikainen. And Hellberg with his second big save in this game off of Hartikainen.
Little pop pass into the slot, and Hartikainen wastes no time to get this towards the net. It's a 10-foot pass that Hartikainen can't pick a corner. And Hellberg, who was coming off that blocker's side, didn't open up at all. Typically, they're trying to, this Finnish power play, get it to the far side to Mikael Granlund, as he's been the impetus for a lot of these power play goals. Finland in this tournament so far, 6 for 15 on the power play.
Sweden's penalty kill, 8 of 9 for 87.5%. Chance in front turned away. Lehtinen at the line. Lehtinen gets it on for Manninen. Puts on the brakes. Sends it back for Lehtinen. Controlled by Granlund. Watched by Freeberg. Back it comes. Shot through traffic. Scramble. Hellberg down. Kicked away from the side of the net. And on it is Lindholm, and he'll clear it down the ice.
Hellberg lost his stick, was falling back, and got some help so that puck didn't continue towards him.
Vatanen plays it on for Armia. Joel Armia swings it around. No one at the left point. And this will go all the way back down the ice, and Vatanen with Lang in pursuit. And Vatanen will get some help from Filppula, but Filppula gets pressured by Oman. And now Joel Armia will settle it down. No Lucas Wallmark in the lineup for Sweden. Banged up, did not play last night either. And Sakko Meinolainen is suspended for Finland for that hit on Megna. Vatanen with the blast, and Klingberg went down to block it. Power play is over. Brome is out of the box. Brome takes it away from Inola. 4 shots on that power play for Finland. But this game still looks for its first goal. Filppula off the boards to the side of the net. Filppula trying to become the 30th member of the Triple Gold Club. A Stanley Cup, an Olympic gold medal, and a World Championship. It's the World Championship that he is missing. Taken along the boards by Pessinen. Inola behind the net, had to get away from him, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson will lift this out the center. Ati Ultima swings it on for Seppala. Seppala will go rink wide off the skate of Granlund, and Brome will send it back into his own zone. Dahlin through for Rasmus Asplund. 2 Buffalo Sabres, he'll deflect it in. Billy Polka played it off the boards, but it bounced back towards the side of the net. Harry Sateri was there to clear it. Freeman trying to get out, can't. Asplund will give chase. Granlund plays it around the boards. Freeberg trying to get it to the front of the net. And it is off a stick and up and out of play. No score here in the opening period, Finland and Sweden. Faceoff will be back to the left of Harry Sateri, who does get the start. Finished his year in the National Hockey League with Arizona. Signed by Toronto, had to clear waivers. And Arizona picked him up off waivers. Nordstrom chases this back in behind the net. Back to the blue line it comes for Dahlin. Off the corner boards for Peterson. In his first World Championship game. Dropped it off for Larson. Larson on the wraparound scores! Adam Larson gets Sweden on the board.
The Swedish contingent in this building has a reason to celebrate. Assistant captain Adam Larson off the blue line. He had some runway and just kept going. Peterson, the little interchange. No one's gonna pick him up on the other side. This is off the far post and in. Sateri thought he had everything covered, but Larson just reaches past. And the 1-0 score for Sweden on just their 4th shot.
Swedish fans are loving it. Finnish fans, not so much. Granlund takes a bump there from Lindholm. Klingberg sends it rink wide. Brome will play it the rest of the way in. Lettinen sends it out at center. Through for Manninen. And Salonen and Granlund, the line back out for Finland. And offside is called, or the puck leaves the playing surface.
Watch in front how no defenseman picks up Larson on the other side. There's Bjornen, and he's a forward in the cage. And Ottima is late to get there. And I noticed earlier for Finland, when the play would be below the goal line, one or two of the defensemen would be slow to leave the front of the net to go defend. And it cost them with that lost interchange at the front of the net. Nobody picking up the guy doing the wraparound.
First goal of the championship for Adam Larson. Jacob Peterson in his first game, just arriving from Dallas, will pick up an assist, as will Rasmus Dahlin. And for Dahlin, his 4th point of this championship. Lindholm back, leaves it for Gustafsson. This will get deflected in. Vatanen is back for it. Vatanen trying to clear, mishandle it. Quick shot by Nordstrom, and by Shellman, and Satari makes the save. And boy, he was so deep in his net, that came close to the goal line.
Awkwardly made the save. A giveaway here. Vatanen can't get the puck off his stick and to clear the zone. It kicked from skate to stick, and Shellman quickly towards the net. And Sateri was stuck on the blocker side, and look, he falls into the net. His right pad is hitting the back of the net. The left pad is above the goal line to make the stop. That was awkward.
Ottima behind his own net will start back for Finland. Up the middle off a body. Hellberg will clear it. And onto the stick now of Gustafsson for Nordstrom. No room for Joachim Nordstrom. And he'll send it back for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Near side Bemstrom. Bemstrom fought injuries with Columbus a lot this season. And Ekman-Larsson coming out of his first year with the Vancouver Canucks after a long and very good career on the desert. Vatanen back into his own zone. Pass again picked off. And a couple of tough shifts for Sami Vatanen. Rasmus Asplund will play it around. Dahlin lets it come to the near corner. Dahlin back from Rasmus Asplund. Dahlin gets buried into the corner boards by Yuri Salonen. And Dahlin slow to get up.
Yeah, his face went off the dasher.
So Rasmus Dahlin makes his way to the Swedish bench in some discomfort. Seppala works his way to center, knifes a backhander in. Lindholm after it. Takes a bump there from Bjornanen. And Bengtsson is up with it. He'll chip this in. Bjornanen back into his own end for Seppala. On for Veli Poka. Back for Bjornanen. On for Antila. And big Antila with the wrister off a body and out of play. Adam Larsson has Sweden up by 1. Will be some NHL action in this beautiful building. The Global Series will continue. It will be Columbus with Patrick Laine, Colorado with Mikko Rantanen. Brand new building, opened in February, correct?
December they had 2 hockey games.
Yes.
Elvis and Tappara both call this home. And they played
2 pro teams that play here.
They played against each other in 2 consecutive games.
Banked off the boards and an icing call against Finland. Normally seats about 13,000, but some seats have been taken away for extra press facilities. And
it's that hit against Dahlin, and is explaining how he got pushed and went nose first.
Got away without a cut from the visor, which should sometimes happen. Visor rides down on the hit. From the line, off the draw, Gustafsson goes cross ice. Ekman Larsson sends it in. And now chopped off the boards by Manninen and out the center. Back for Eric Gustafsson. Edmonton pick initially in 2012 in his 4th World Championship. And on for Oliver Ekman Larsson. Race for it in behind the net, Peterson. Trying to work it out front, comes back. Gustafsson plays it back for Jacob Peterson. Peterson settles it down off the backboards, trying to get that for Joachim Nordstrom. Up in the air it goes and comes down for Lehtinen. Lehtinen's pass does get to Granlund, on for Salonen. He'll send it back for Mikko Lehtinen.
Well, stylistically, Sweden is doing more of what they want in this game versus what Finland's trying to do.
Slap shot off the blocker. And now in behind the net, there is going to be a penalty on the play as Tony Rajala got drilled into the backboards.
Adam Larsson will take no prisoners. He enjoys taking body contact on any player that tries to go battle with him in the corner.
Team Sweden, number 6, 2 minutes for boarding.
Boarding call against Larsson. Rajala to readjust his helmet, get back to the bench. After the shot and the bouncing puck was thrown towards the net from Rajala. Larsson's guiding him towards the boards. That's looks dangerous, but Rajala was off balance because he was following through and trying to put the puck towards the net, and Larson just did what he normally does, finishes his check. But with that, Sweden will go to the penalty kill.
The helmet doesn't come off. Maybe it doesn't get called. Second power play of the night for Finland. And Filppula back out with his regular line mates of Armia and Pessinen. And Inala and Vatanen. The blue line pair. Armia trying to get a shot away. Got pressured. Vatanen will hold it in. Vatanen on for Inala. For Pessinen, back for Inala. Watched by Tomernes. Up top it comes. To the front of the net. Kicked away by Hellberg. Armia lets the shot go, looking short side high off the outside of the goalpost. And banked by Rasmus Asplund. Past Sami Vatanen and out.
This time Asplund gets it out. He had it on the backhand and couldn't clear. Was kept alive, and a couple of chances there for Finland.
Pessinen after it. Some help there from Armia. Inala gets pressured on the far side by Freeberg, and this will get jammed out the center. And back into the Finnish zone for Vatanen. The 42 for Finland will try and lose Joakim Nordstrom, a 42 for Sweden. Centered back into the high slot, no one there. Nordstrom will circle right back shorthanded. We have had 7 shorthanded goals so far in this tournament. The Mulligan goal in Helsinki was shorthanded. We had 7 shorthanded goals all of last year in the World Championship in Riga. Lettinen puts on the brakes. Sends it on for Granlund. Lettinen, a Boston pick back in 05. Sends it down for Manninen. Manninen goes rink wide. Granlund. And he took a look, and the puck got away from him as he tried to snap that pass across.
Just stutter stepped a couple of times, and by the time he wanted to shoot it towards the net, not there anymore.
Salonen gets taken down by Tomernes. Crowd reacts. Power play is over. And this gets down the ice for an icing call.
Since 1997 at the World Championship, one of these two teams has medaled in every year except 05, 2012, and 2015. So Finland or Sweden will typically be in a medal game. And they have been one or the other in the last 5 World Championships.
Sweden trying to show that last year was just one of those World Championships that you want to forget about.
Yeah,
First time since 1992 that they hadn't made the playoffs, the quarterfinals. This will be an icing call against Finland. They just couldn't get it going last year.
Well, they lost to Denmark in their first game. You thought, okay, stubbed their toe. Their second game, they were shut out by Belarus. Then the concern grew and the grumbling about Johan Garpenlov and the players he chose. They completely spanked Switzerland 7-0, and you thought, okay, that's the Swedish team that's here to play. Then they lost to the Czech Republic or Czechia, and by that time, other teams had cleared them in the standings.
Jornanen has been so good in the face-off department for Finland, but loses that one. Jammed at the side of the net. Sateri is down. And Antila on the puck lifts it out the center and back to the Swedish blue line. Rasmus Dahlin on for Adam Larsson, the goal-getter in this game, as we're into the final minute. Shots 11-5 in favor of Finland, but Sweden with the 1-0 lead. Cleared in by Dahlin. Bengtsson going in after it with Seppala, and they battle for it in behind Sateri. Seppala comes up with it, and a little bit of a pick by Bjornanen, and that goes uncalled. And Seppala will carry into the Swedish zone. It's taken to the corner boards by Adam Larsson. Rajala in a battle with Bengtsson. And on for Dahlin. Jams it on for Brome. Brome in the dying seconds of the period, tied up with Harry Pessinen. Pessinen's going to try and get it out front. Twisting and turning, trying to lose the checking of Dahlin. And time is going to run out on Pessinen. And now Pessinen and Larson get at it. Lamiko and Brome. And the intensity that we expected in this game is there.
Well, a lot of Adam Larson in that first period, some physical play, a penalty, but the opening goal, and that is why Sweden is up 1-0.
20 minutes done here in Tampere, and Sweden up on Finland by a margin of 1-0.
And Team Finland 11. Helsingissä tilanne ottelussa Sveitsi, Slovakia 1-1. In Helsinki, score between Team Switzerland and Team Slovakia 1-1.
Pitää parantaa. Näin. Joku meidän näköistä peli.
Ladies and gentlemen, ice hockey is the first game. Please pay attention to the game and all lines and pelataan älykiekoilla. Jos kiekko lentää katsomaan, pyydämme palauttamaan sen järjestyksen valvojille. Palautettu älykiekkoa vastaan saa virallisen kisakiekon. Kiitos yhteistyöstä. We are using a chip decay pucks. Tilanne ensimmäisen erän jälkeen Suomi 0 ja Ruotsi 1. The score.
Okay, guys, let's have a good game tonight, huh? Puck, 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 puck. Here we go. Puck's gone. Puck's gone. Good start, fellas. Good start. I like it. Good work.
Nate! We're good! Because we're doing our jobs, right? Exactly. Perfect. Talk some Mika.
Good work, fellas. Good job. Good battles. Good battles. I like it. I like it.
Adam, nice goal, man. Hey, I'm waiting to see how that develops. That would be a hook if you don't put that in the net. Yeah. Seeing some pucks? Oh, it's incredible. Sweden, Finland, and Scandinavia? Come on. No. This will be a highlight game for sure.
Hey. Yeah, you gotta be smarter than that, okay? Okay?
1-0 in favor of Sweden. Harry Sateri, not overly busy, got beat by the wraparound from Adam Larsson. Stop 5 of 6 that he faced at the other end of the ice. Magnus Hellberg, coming off the shutout last night, stopped all 11 that he faced in that opening period. We talk a lot about Rasmus Dahlin, and rightfully so. We talk a lot about Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and rightfully so, but the man we just saw on the screen there, Adam Larsson, the only goal of this game so far, 8 minutes and 8 seconds of ice time in the opening period, and he sat in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Mannanen across the line for Granlund as the second period gets going. Shot by Lettinen, save made by Hellberg, and a good one. Rasmus Asplund will get the center and pump it in. Sateri on for Lettinen. Lettinen for Mannanen. On for Salonen. Puts on the brakes. Salonen tees it up. Looking short side high. Missed the target. In from the line, Seppala for Granlund. He'll send it on for Hartikainen. Hartikainen gets bowled over by Dahlin. And Dahlin will flip it down the left side boards, and the freshly washed ice is very slippery, and it gets all the way down for icing.
That's the second time that right after the opening face-off, the Finns come up and get a chance. As Larsson pokes the puck off, Hellberg takes this off the right shoulder from Lettinen. And anytime Hartikainen has the puck in the offensive zone, he'll turn your back to you and try to defend and drag you towards the net with the puck on his stick.
Sweden at 3-0, wins over Austria, Czechia, and Great Britain. So the very deserving of the win over Czechia. The others are 2 that you should win. And this is a big game for Sweden. The Olympics didn't go that well. They lost the game to Finland despite having a 3-0 lead late. Of course, Finland a silver medal last year, and such a tough tournament for Sweden last year. Off the backboards for Peterson, tied up there with Seppala. On it is Bemstrom, tried to play it back to the line. Hellberg will clear this around. For Finland so far, a 5-0 win over Norway, a 2-1 win over Latvia, and then a 4-1 win in a feisty affair against Team USA.
They were 3 for 9, Finland was on the power play in that game.
0 for 2 is Finland so far in this game. Power play came in at 6 for 15 at 50, at number 1 percentage in the World Championship tournament. Played around the boards by Vatanen. And out at center, Pessanen plays it through, and Freeman trying to carry it in. Offside is called at the line.
Well, you can certainly tell what the allegiances are in this building. And if you're not wearing a hockey jersey of one sort or another, you didn't get the memo. Face painting at any age is allowed for games like this.
As I went for my walk this morning around noon, and you walk by the outdoor patios, and there wasn't a lot of people there without a jersey on, whether it be a Finnish jersey or whether it be a Swedish jersey. There's a shot that's off the post. Oscar's Lang, glove side on Satari. Lang on it again. Otama pokes it off of his stick. In from the line is Lindholm. Sent around for Pessanen. Pessanen gets pressured on the far side by Grundstrom. Grundstrom in his first game. Peterson in his first game. As Sweden has finally added some forwards. Linus Karlsson, who was named the Rookie of the Year in the SHL, is available, but has not been registered. Grundstrom spins it towards the front of the net. No one there. Pessanen is on it for Finland. Rink wide for Veli-Pekka. Around for Antila. Antila chops it into the high slot, but Lindholm is there. Gets to the red line, flips it in. And they're going to say that Lettinen knocked this down with a high stick.
This is a quick shot from Lang, keeps his feet moving, shoots across the body off the tip of the glove and the crossbar. Boy, they'd love to get that 2-0 lead, but it's still just 1 for Sweden, no score for Finland. Sweden just 6 shots. Haven't registered one yet. That one on the crossbar, not considered a shot on net, even though it hit the net.
Finland just does not give you much.
No, and it's actually shot on goal for the goalie.
Bjornanen dishes it off. Shot scores! Bjornanen fed it across, and a shot that didn't look that dangerous from Lettinen. Handcuffed Hellberg and finds its way into the net as Lettinen gets his second of this championship.
Seemingly a stoppable shot. Antila to the middle. It's moved from Bjornanen. The shot towards Hellberg. He thinks he has it. And it squeaks through. He does not even realize. On the left side of his body. Goes off his elbow, sneaks down, and has enough to go in. Falls between his legs, and Lettinen ties the score.
So a 1-1 tie. Not sure how that found its way into the net. So Bjornanen gets one of the assists, and Antila will get the other. And an icing call against Sweden. We have a 1-1 tie, and that got this building rocking.
Did it ever. Bjornanen just dumps it off and goes towards the net. And Hellberg, on the glove side, thinks it hits his elbow and hits his body. It doesn't. It hits his elbow, drops between his legs, and has enough oomph on it to continue through and in. I'd mark that down as a bad goal.
in Hellberg down as Inala had some room to walk that towards the Swedish net. Oliver Ekman-Larsson will wind it up. Gets to the finish line no further. Antti Otama will send this in. Inala will deflect it in. And right back out for Mattias Nordstrom and on for Erik Gustafsson. And off the corner boards, and Seppala will send it on for Antila. Antila plays it back. Taken by Freeman, and he'll give it back to Seppala. Get it back, and then send it back for Antila. Crowd buzzes every time Antila gets on the ice and touches the puck.
Yeah, he is a folk hero here, and of course had the gold-winning goal of the 2019 World Championship. A couple of goals in that game.
You see a lot of jerseys, Marco Antila jerseys, when you walk around Tampere. In across for Armia, quick shot. That seemed to give Hellberg a little bit of trouble. Long left wing pass for Brome, couldn't knock it down. And an icing call against Sweden.
Fake shot, always buys more time. And this misses high with some traffic in front of the net. Hellberg at 6-6. If his timing is right when he goes down, there's not a lot to shoot at, but when he goes down too fast, just a little unsettled, and there's room above his shoulders, and this will get knocked out of play. And for Marco Antila, his nickname is Morco. And it has to do with a children's book about the Moomins, a Tove Janssen's book about a giant who's a ground-freezing monster.
Well, I wouldn't call him a monster other than his size, but
Friendly.
not knowing him, perhaps he is.
Till he gets on the ice.
Yes, but there's lots of jerseys. As we look at Joel Armia, Rasmus Dahlin, those two face each other plenty in the National Hockey League.
And an NHL defense for Sweden. Erik Gustafsson back there with Ekman-Larsson.
Gustafsson back in Chicago, had that one terrific year with the Blackhawks. He's moved around. Backdoor score, Sami Vatanen comes in on the backside undetected. And Finland with a 2-1 lead.
Crowd's loving it. The Swedish bench, not so much. Karpinov made a late change because of the lost face-off beforehand, and this is even worse. Lettinen looks far side to his D partner. Unchecked backdoor Vatanen is able to tap it in. Just a great look of a pass. Larsson's defending. Dahlin does not even realize as he's engaged with somebody else. And a little bit higher in the picture, Asplund lost his man, which was Vatanen, in short order, 2-1 Finland.
So a 2-point period for Mikko Lehtinen. And Joel Armia will pick up the second assist. And just like that, Finland has gone from down 1 to up 1.
2 minutes and 1 second between the two goals.
Deli Polka trying to flip it up the boards, blocked short side, tries Sateri, makes the save. Rebound, Sateri another save. As Benstrom and Nordstrom getting chances for Sweden.
Today's volunteer, ladies and gentlemen.
Finland with a 2-1 lead on a couple of quick ones here. And Sweden now in chase mode here.
Which is never fun to do against Finland.
So the two defensemen, in fact, all 3 goals in this game have come from defensemen. Gustafsson will get the center, snaps this in. Vatanen quickly turns, sends it up, trying to spring Pessinen. And an icing call against Finland.
Vatanen, a couple of power play assists before his 2-1 goal, and in the building up on the big screen, that's on Tikkanen. And today is Jari Kurri's birthday.
A couple of former Oilers. Esa Tikkanen was a pest to play against. I was told.
His feet or his mouth moved quickly during games, sometimes both. He ended up playing his last professional hockey in Germany, and he only drove in for games. Didn't practice, showed up, played, left.
Good gig if you can get it. Grayberg back to the line, Larson the shot, that got blocked in front. Shellman back into his own zone, played around after it is Lammikko. Lammikko for Finland, couldn't get a stick on it. Larson will carry it out. On for Shellman, he'll send it in. Off the corner boards, Manninen trying to get it back for Vatanen. Vatanen lost his stick. That allows Shellman to get the puck. Joel Shellman sends it around for Dahlin. Dahlin for Freeberg. Freeberg gives way, and Vatanen will send it on for Pessinen. Pessinen puts on the brakes. It was Pessinen who had that overtime winner in the Olympics when these two teams played. Finland coming from the 3-0 deficit. Vatanen off the boards, up at center for Hartikainen. Hartikainen for Granlund, he'll drop it for Manninen. Manninen sends it around for Teemu Hartikainen. Came to the side of the net, jammed away by Hobart. And now sent cross ice quickly by Oman. On for Tomarnas, he'll drop. Wrister from Carl Grundstrom comes around the boards and out the center. And Lang has to hustle back for Sweden. Slovakia up 2-1 as Juraj Slafkovsky has his first of the tournament. Antila plays this around the boards. He will be a high draft pick. Antila in behind, wrapped up by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Larsson ducking under his armpit, trying to control the big guy. This will get bounced up for Brome at center. Sepala clears it away. Otama on for Antila, stripped to the puck, and Brome will bring it back. Wrist shot by Brome, sailed over top the net. Klingberg plays it back for Brome, ran into the referee. And Sepala will carry it back. Sepala will lift this in. Gustafsson leaves for Ekman-Larsson. Didn't get enough on the pass, and Armia's there. Armia for Itola. Itola tried to get it to Filppula, but it's around, and Bemstrom will carry back. Wrist shot. That gave Sateri some trouble. Back in for Finland. Valtteri Filppula. He'll send it cross ice in from the line. Freeberg lets the shot go. or Freeman rather, and that's cleared away. Bounces back out at center.
Well, it bounced right off the goaltender Hellberg, who was in position, but he's not exactly exuding confidence. Everything that's coming his way is bouncing off of him. He's not able to collect things cleanly.
Rajala plays it back at the line, long wrist shot. And it comes around and grabbed off by Shellman. On for Bemstrom. Turned over at center, and Rajala will chip it back in. 3 points in the tournament for Rajala, all came in the opening game. On at center. And a back pass there by Max Freeberg, intercepted. Polka trying to go cross ice, that rattles off a leg. Pestinen is there to send it the rest of the way. And Adam Larsson on the regroup. Larsson with the Swedish goal in the opening period. Sweden up 1-0 as we get into the back half of the second period. And 2 here in the second period by Finland from Lehtinen and Vatanen.
What's happened to Sweden is once they have been into the zone a couple of times, both shots they've had towards the goaltender have missed, and the puck is cleared out of the zone. They haven't had any sort of extended pressure. In the first period, they're working very well below the goal line. So far in the second, they haven't established that.
Great Britain and USA will be the opening game in this building tomorrow. That will be 4:20 local time. And then it'll be Czechia and Latvia. Latvia's enjoyed a couple of days off, and Czechia will try and bounce back from that loss to Austria.
Well, you talk about surprises at the Men's World Hockey Championship in Austria, winning against Czechia, the first time they've ever done that at this level.
Look there at Lehtinen. Couple of points for him in this game. Bengtsson pulls it back. Quick shot off the face-off, and that's turned aside. And a good tournament for Anton Bengtsson. Came into this game +6, which led his team and tied for #1 in this World Championship. He had 5 points. Has been good in the face-offs. And Bengtsson has it at the line, tried to drive it through, could not. Spinning and firing was Klingberg. And then Klingberg gets flattened by Ville Polka. Back in for Granlund. There was some room on the far side, and that did not miss by much.
It was a cross-check to the face of Klingberg.
Brister from Brome over top the net. Chances at both ends. Bemstrom going in after Manninen. And a nice little outlet pass by Manninen onto Otama. Otama for Hartikainen. Hartikainen in a battle there with Dahlin. Dahlin wins the battle. Bemstrom, little return pass for Peterson. No room for Jacob Peterson of the Dallas Stars.
Boy, haven't we seen this movie before, where Finland just starts to take over hockey games.
They wear you down. They grind and they grind. Adam Larsson, Inala's after him. Joachim Nordstrom gets to the line, and on the near side, Jacob Peterson in ahead of the play, and now we've got Nordstrom and Seppala doing a little pushing and shoving. 2-1 Finland. welcome those watching and listening on Sport 1 in Ukraine. Obvious reasons, the Ukraine broadcasting crew that would normally be here, unable to attend. So we welcome all of those who are watching this game between Finland and Sweden. A 2-1 lead for Finland. And Adam Larsson will whip this in, and Vatanen will send it right back out. Rajala back into his own zone, or rather into the Finland zone, trying to play it up for Filppula. Larsson is there to break it up. Larsson on for Freeberg. In it goes, Rasmus Asplund to the short side. And a quick shot there by Shellman, and that got blocked.
And that was a real good dump that went behind the net so that Sweden could get to it quickly and move it right to the front of the net with some traffic. As we talked about, most of their goals this tournament have been off the rush or rebound goals. They're going to have to up their energy level.
Yoel Armia in his first World Championship has his first World Championship goal and gets the wrist shot in, and the save made by Magnus Hellberg.
And how about the coach for the Finnish team, Jukka Jalonen, the 59-year-old from Riihimäki. It's 100 kilometers southeast of Tampere here. 2022 Olympic gold, 2021 silver at the World Hockey Championship. World Hockey Champion silver in 2019, had a World Junior gold in 2016. He was inducted into the Finnish Hall of Fame in 2012, so this is all after he's already been receiving some accolades.
Yeah, his trophy case at home is
Two
getting
rooms?
somewhat full. Salonen on for Pessanen. Pessanen will drop it back. Lettinen walks it in. Hellberg the save. Puck is loose at the side of the net. Hellberg down. Gets the left pad jammed against the post. And referee Johnny on the spot says it did not go across the line. Wild scramble, but it stays 2-1. Magnus Hellberg having trouble with another wrist shot, and that started a wild scramble around the Swedish net.
And it's to the glove side, and again, an awkward way of bringing the elbow down but having the glove up near the shoulder, and when it misses, it just lands in the blue paint, and then the scramble begins.
Commernis will get it off the face-off, drops it back, and Lindholm will send it down the ice, and this will be yet another icing call. We mentioned as we look at Lamico. Take another look at this scramble. Left pad save there. Some room on that near post. Now he puts the glove there. There's an overhead view of this.
Lamico's going to lose his helmet at the bottom of the screen there as Omen landed on him and then continued on and wrestled the helmet off. They've been calling that a roughing penalty consistently, but the refs had too many other things to be looking at, and that puck right near the glove side post.
Referees Jeff Ingram of Langley, 1920 season, recognized as Western Hockey League Official of the Year. Sean McFarland of Wheeling, West Virginia, 2021 by the ECHL, was recognized for dedication to officiating. An honor, as much as it is for players certainly to be here and representing their countries, it is an honor for the officials to be at this World Championship as well. Grunstrom works it off the corner boards. Carl Grunstrom puts on the brakes. Lets it to the back door. Dahlin was there. And staying with him was Hartikainen. Dahlin never got a good clean whack at that cross-ice pass. Almost a reverse angle of the Vatanen pass. Vatanen a right-hand defenseman, Dahlin a left-hand defenseman. But Hartikainen making a good defensive play. Hartikainen trying to flip that in. That came up high on Bengstrom. Up the boards, that doesn't get anywhere. Manninen trying to work it out. Save made, Satari blockers that away. Brome up top. Brome gets it for Dahlin, tried to drive that one through Vatanen. Vatanen will get the center, he'll bounce this in on Hilbert. He'll stir it aside, and here at the ice now for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin gets to center, snaps this in. Antila will send it right back in for Finland. Antila in with a bump. Antila. And a centering pass, a cross-ice pass by Bjornanen. That got picked off, and Freeberg will carry it back with Bjornanen in pursuit. Freeberg puts on the brakes. His first pass fanned on it, stays with it, sends it in on Sateri. As Freeberg was looking cross ice, trying to get Sateri to leave the near post.
A couple of good shifts now for Sweden. And that's Grunstrom buying some time for himself, trying to find Dahlin on the far post. And it just goes off the stick of Hartikainen, who's trying to protect that pass, and Dahlin can't get a clean swipe at it. And Sweden earlier, I'm going back to the first period, did most of their work from below the goal line. A couple of wraparound chances. In fact, Larsson's goal back in the first was a wraparound, but they haven't been able to establish that here because they haven't got in on the forecheck consistently enough. The last couple of shifts, good building blocks.
Dahlin, number 1 overall in 2018 to Buffalo out of Frölunda. Doesn't seem like that long ago, and yet 277 NHL games played for Dahlin. He and Owen Power will anchor that Buffalo defense. Gustafsson sends it on for Oliver Ekman-Larsson, plays it in. Harry Sateri will stop it. Billy Polka will play it up the boards. Filppula couldn't handle it. Shot from the line, deflected in front by Peterson, and that didn't miss as Oliver Ekman-Larsson got it there. Yoel Armia in behind the play. We've got Joachim Nordstrom and Billy Polka all tied up. Turned over at the side of the net and then jammed away before Ray Allen could settle it down. Shot from the line, deflected as Freeman let that one go through some traffic. And now in behind the play, we have a stoppage as a Swedish stick comes flying out of the Finland bench.
It's going to be a holding call behind the play.
Team Finland, number 10, 2 minutes, holding the stick.
It'll be Yoel Armia who will go to the box. That'll be the first power play of the hockey game for Sweden. Sweden's power play running at 25%, and Finland's penalty kill 8 for 8.
Little holding of the stick, and it was not near where the puck battle was in the Swedish defensive end. So Sweden now going up 5-on-4. Bjornanen's been the best face-off man for Finland.
Bemstrom plays it back for Dahlin. Dahlin back for Bemstrom. Sweden down by 1 and on the power play. Rasmus Asplund, 4 goals in the tournament for him. 2 have come on the power play. Up top for Dahlin. Dahlin sends it down. Sharp angle try there. Shellman is after it. Joel Shellman settles it down. Down for Asplund. Thought about taking it to the forehand. Elects to send it back to Shellman. On for Dahlin, and Antila almost poked it away from Dahlin. Shellman down for Rasmus Asplund. Into the slot it goes, and the quick shot. And that got turned away. Sateri got a piece of that as Klingberg tried to find the back of the net. Asplund back for Shellman. Short side try, and that is off the stick of Otama and out of play.
And with Antila as a penalty killer, 6'8", and the reach that he has. This is Shellman looking to get the shot towards the net. Otama leans in to make sure that this doesn't go cleanly towards the goaltender.
To the backboards for Heitinen. Puck comes loose. Sweden will control. Ekman Larsson will send this down to the goal line. Sneaking in from the backside was Peterson. Omen dishes it off. In front it comes Joachim Nordstrom looking for that pass to the high slot. Or Brome behind the net, rather, not Omen. Back at the line for Gustafsson. In it goes, in behind Peterson. Peterson back for Gustafsson into the final minute. And Gustafsson will have to back out as it popped off his stick. Peterson back in for Brome. Brome sends it back for Eric Gustafsson. Back in behind the net for Brome, near side for Peterson. Back for Gustafsson, cross ice, Ekman Larsson shot went wide. And the rebound again around the boards and out.
In front of the net, Brome didn't have his stick down. If he had at the far post, could have got a tip on that shot going wide.
Brome back in, Armia out of the penalty box, bothers him. And Armia comes up with the loose puck. On for Lamiko. Lamiko stopped at the line by Brome. They jam it up in front of the Swedish bench. Oman there trying to knock it deep, could not. And Eric Gustafsson here in the dying seconds of period 2. Long wrister in on Sateri. And the second period will come to an end. 2 goals in the second frame by Finland.
After a 1-0 lead in the first period, Finland gets 2 goals in 2 minutes and 1 second to turn the game in their favor.
All 3 goals in this game coming from defenseman Sami Vatanen with the go-ahead marker. 2-1 Finland after 2.
Ruotsi 8, Suomi 10. Shots on goal in the second period. Team Sweden 8 and Team Finland 10. Helsingissä tilanneottelussa Sveitsi, Slovakia. Kiitos. Ladies and gentlemen, ice hockey is the first game. Please take attention. Tilanne toisen erän jälkeen Suomi 2, Ruotsi.
Thank you. Here we go. Hey, come on, no. Easy there. Hey, we don't want to take that penalty. No. Wait, we're all right. Thank you. Good battle, boys. Good battle. Harry, where to find that man? Hey, a goalie with good rebound control is my best friend. Makes my life easy. Thank you. I got stick. I got stick. I got stick. Right here. Easy. Boys, I don't want to take one. We're good.
Free! 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 Loose! Frozen! 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 I'm looking for the puck there. Hey, I'm looking for puck. Come on, we're all right here. We're right here. We're right here. We're all right. Good work.
Harry Sateri has stopped 13 of 14. And at the other end of the ice, Magnus Hellberg has stopped 19 of 21 and a 2-1 lead in favor of Finland. We talked about Adam Larsson at the end of the first. Well, we'll talk about Mikko Lehtinen. 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, 4 shots on goal. That leads everyone. And 13:09 of ice time through the first 2 periods for him.
2 goals and 4 assists through the tournament.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson leading all players at 15.5 minutes of playing time coming into this 3rd period. So Finland up by 1. Shellman to the short side off the side of the net. On it again. Tried to get it down for Freeberg. It was blocked. Granlund goes after it. Adam Larsson gets there first, sends it on for Dahlin, sends it around for Freeberg, stopped at the line. Down low it goes, chipped in front for Manninen, and it never did get to him. And now Dahlin with the lawn dart attempt on for Rasmus Applin, turned around though, and back in Manninen for Granlund. Granlund the shot, and the save made by Hellberg.
Any surprise he's going glove?
Back it comes, Otama with the wrister. And Hellman will snare that and hang on to it.
Hellberg, for some reason, just, again, I'm not a goalie coach, tried to score on them my whole career, but when he goes to make a glove save, it's as if he's trying to signal to turn right. You know, the elbow and then the glove at a right angle, and it's hit him off the elbow a couple of times and bounced around all over the place.
Valtteri Filppula gets rubbed out at center, and Peterson will send it in. 2 additions to the Swedish roster. Jacob Peterson from Los Angeles. Back it comes for Orr from Dallas. Otama with the shot, and a great glove save by Magnus Hellberg.
Oh, and you know what? When he comes out of the crease, here's Filppula gaining the zone, and it'll go back to the trailing defenseman far side. Otama's trying to go glove, they all are. And when Hellberg comes out of the crease, it'll miss it. Oh man, he threw the puck on the ice, started skating parallel to the goal line, and was jawing out to Otama, as if I know what you're trying to do, but I got you this time.
Perhaps a confidence-building save for Hellberg off Otama. So Jacob Peterson of Dallas in his first game, and Carl Grundstrom of the Los Angeles Kings in his first game as well. Speaking of Los Angeles, Pierre LeBrun reporting that Rob Blake has a new 3-year extension with the LA Kings. Rob Blake is a member of the Triple Gold Club, 2-time world champion, including 1997 in Helsinki and Tampere, and a 91 silver in Helsinki and Tampere. So Rob Blake with a good connection to this world championship. Antila with the wrister, that sailed over top the net. Antila plays it back for Otama. Billy Polka, that shot got blocked by Lang. Tomernus will chip it to the near side wall, and Grundstrom is on it. For Oman, gets inside the line, puts on the brakes. Niels Oman for Lang. Lang being watched by Polka, and a centering pass from Grundstrom will go all the way back into the Swedish zone. Dahlin to the red line and snaps it in. Rasmus Asplund lets it come back at the line. Dahlin for Freeberg. Adam Larsson jumps in from the right point. Hartikainen on the loose puck for Lehtinen. And Lehtinen will put it off the boards. Adam Larsson breaks it up at the line. Manninen trying to work it free and get it into the Finnish or the Swedish zone. He can't, but Hartikainen will. Dahlin rubbed out. Hartikainen on the loose puck. Tried to get it to Manninen. And Granlund, the other member of that line, giving chase at center, but Freeberg will send it in. Sateri takes a look one way, comes back to the near side. Gets past Gustafsson at the line and taken by Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
And Finland's going to keep the puck along the boards in getting it from behind the net and around the boards, making sure their wingers can battle to get the puck out.
Again, no Lucas Wallmark in the lineup for Sweden. Did not play last night either. Banged up. And also out of this game, Saku Maina-Lennon of Finland suspended for the hit on Jacob Megna. USA back in action tomorrow. Bemstrom works it off the sideboards. Bemstrom leaves it there for Eric Gustafsson. Gustafsson will walk it in, tried to come cross ice. Seppala intercepts it and caroms back into the Swedish end.
Only 14 shots for Sweden. That has to go towards the net. Get it to the goalie, bang away at it.
Anton Lindholm will lift this in. Sami Vatanen is after it. Vatanen's pass is gobbled up on the far side. Vatanen tries it again. Forced to his backhand though. Looking to squeeze that up for Pessanen, but it's intercepted. Bengtson with the chance. Save made. Bengtson with a real good look. Bengtson with another shot to the front. Sami Vatanen fronts that. Lamiko feeds it through the middle. Salonen going after it. Lindholm there first for Brome. He'll chop it back to the finish line. Pessanen right back in. Adam Larsson, good defensive play, rides him out. Brome looking for some room, gets away from Antila. On for Larsson. Larsson powers his way into the finish end. Around for Grundstrom. Tried to swing it back, looking for Lang. And ends up on the stick of Freeman. He'll get it to center ice and chip it back into the Swedish zone. Larsson, Dahlin, and this is going to go for icing as Niels Oman couldn't get a stick on it.
Well, the Seattle Kraken relied on Adam Larsson a lot this season, led the team in average ice time. I'm the radio analyst for the Seattle Kraken. We called him the Big Swedish Bear. The TV guys called him the Big Cat. So his nickname is now Bearcat.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Lehtinen. Granlund in for Hartikainen. Chopped that one wide. Manninen back for Granlund. Hartikainen goes to the front of the net. Granlund sends it back for Vatanen, and that was blocked in front. That may have hit Manninen.
It did.
Vatanen back for Lehtinen. He'll chip this off the boards. Hartikainen trying to take it deep, got stopped in neutral ice. Talked about Jonathan Pudas, who is a defenseman. Played forward the other night because they were short of forwards. His dress has not seen a shift in this game tonight. In across the line, Shellman goes to the front of the net looking for the return pass from Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Larsson near side, slap shot, scores! Erik Gustafsson, the one-timer, and Sweden has tied the game at 2.
This one also finds its way through the goaltender's equipment. Hard shot from the point. Shellman, as Ekman-Larsson will put it across, and Shellman has got his stick on the ice before he's identified. Here's the pass across, the one-timer from Erik Gustafsson. And this whittles its way through the blocker's side. And the one Swedish fan is on an island celebrating with his team. 2-2.
So Erik Gustafsson picks up his first of the tournament, and a big one here in the third to knot this game up.
Shellman was awfully close with that stick, and I don't know if that bothered Terry or he had his timing off when he was bringing his elbows to the sides.
Back and across for Salonen. Good save made by Hellberg. And this will deflect up and out of play. So Ekman-Larsson with the only assist on the goal. They have given the goal to Joel Shellman. We'll get back to that when we come back.
Yle katsomo, övre läktaren, no split section, hallå! Yes! Entäs alla katsomo, mitä menee? Let's do a little cheer battle. We'll go no split section versus the lower audience. Are y'all ready? When I say Yle, you say hey. When I say alla, you say ho. Yle!
So Joel Shellman gets the goal, number 62. Oliver Ekman-Larsson will pick up his first point of the tournament. And Erik Gustafsson will pick up assist number 4. And put that all together, we have a 2-2 tie. It has been an offensive night for defensemen. Lammikko deflects it out the center, right back in for Shellman. And Vatanen plays it on for Lettinen, on for Lammikko, back for Vatanen. Played it through for Salonen. Salonen got bumped. Lammikko in with a chance. Save made. Is Lammikko getting a little more ice time here. Now he'll head to the bench for the change.
Don't think we're surprised. It's a tight contest. Finland likes to play these one-goal games, and Sweden would like to remain perfect. They're both undefeated through 3 games, these two teams, and they're rarely in the same group. Normally they meet themselves further along in the tournament.
Jukka Jalonen has moved his lines around a little bit. We'll try and keep an eye whether someone is banged up or... Big hit there by Inala. To the line, Ultima breaks it up. Peterson sends it in. Bemstrom is after it. Bemstrom gets pinned to the corner boards by Inala. Bounces around, and a chip shot to the short side from Peterson. And that is grabbed and held, so Marco Antila making his presence felt.
That line stays together. Here's the spin around pass from Ekman Larsson. Eric Gustafsson. Just a small tip from Kjellman. And looking over his left shoulder is a stunned Sateri.
So for Kjellman, his second of this championship. Initially looked as though he may have just disturbed Harry Sateri enough, but does change directions a touch.
He scored the first goal in the first game for Sweden against Austria, a 3-1 win back on Saturday the 14th.
Seems like so long ago. Klingberg along the left side boards. Klingberg turns, plays it back at the line. Blast from Oliver Ekman Larsson, turned away. Seppala trying to tie up Larsson. Puts it off the boards for Mikael Granlund. Granlund for Mannanen. Mannanen trying to backhand it up the middle. It was intercepted. Rundstrom will drop it off. Short side try. Sateri. A little bit of an acrobatic move on the chance from Oliver Ekman Larsson. And bounce back out at center. And Larsson back for it. Joel Armia for Finland. It gets turned over at the line. Rundstrom after it, but he'll get chipped out of harm's way. Gustafsson back into his own end. He'll send this up for Lang. Grundstrom is after it. Grundstrom will lay the body onto Otama. And on for Inala. Inala to center, stopped by Lang. Circling is Vatanen. Vatanen down low, trying to get that return pass from Filppula. Back out at center ice, and on it goes for Tomernes, and Tomernes will send it in. So Filppula with Salonen and Inala. The line now for Finland. This will be called with a glove pass. Into the back half of period number 3 in a 2-2 tie. Faceoff outside the line. Only had 3 power plays in this game. Finland had a couple in the first period. Sweden 1 in the second. Like our earlier game where special teams a big part of that as Norway defeated Austria. Austria finishing a stretch of 4 games in 5 days. So a well-earned off day tomorrow for them. USA and Great Britain will be the 4:20 local time start tomorrow. And then Latvia and Czechia, the second game.
Sweden's adjusted a little bit, and when they're coming up through the neutral zone, especially when the puck is in the hands of the defenseman, trying to go indirect off the boards, and that's about the only way you can beat a team that stacks itself in the neutral zone. I mentioned the kind of a diamond position that the Finns do between the blue lines.
Switzerland still leading Slovakia 3-2 in Helsinki. Pessanen gets rubbed out in the corner. Bengtsson plays up the boards looking for Bemstrom. That failed to materialize, and another battle as Pessanen and Larson have their own little duel going. Pessanen trying to play it back for Vatanen, who jumps in from the line. Salonen backs him up, number 76. With the puck up the boards, and Peterson will chip it out.
That's a good puck battle one in your own zone to get the puck down the ice, and Sweden can get some fresh players on the ice.
Yellinen plays it back for Lettinen. From Vatanen. On it goes for Inala. Away from him, and Gustafsson is on it. To the red line and in. Heitinen goes after it, plays it around the boards, almost picked off there by Rasmus Asplund, but it is cleared out to center ice by Antila. And then right back in. 8 minutes now to go in the third period in a 2-2 tie in what was expected to be a thriller, and it has lived up to the billing. Deflection in front by Shellman went wide. Antila trying to get that out of his own zone, does. Bjornanen jammed up in front of the Finland bench. Antila and Rasmus Asplund do a little bit of pushing and shoving, and now Antila takes a left-hand jab from Shellman.
At one point, he had two Swedish players, one with each hand in the battle. Antila there against Asplund, and then pushing both towards the board. Shellman as well. Like Dolph Lundgren there.
Very gutsy by Shellman.
Yeah.
With the left jab.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight.
Yep. So Antila goes to the penalty box. It'll be offsetting minors.
I thought we'd have a lot more of that after the whistle stuff. Well, this was during the play, but carried over.
There was a little bit of it early. At the end of the first period, we saw a little bit of it. Maybe the fact the game stayed so close with first place on the line. These two teams tied at 3-0, 9 points. All wins have come in regulation. So 4-on-4, Manninen goes cross ice. Hartikainen works it to the front of the net, and it just got away from him. Kept it at the line by Lettinen for Heitinen, and the save made by Hellberg. Lang will skate it out for Sweden. Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Satari turn that one away. Back at the line, Gustafsson, he'll leave for Ekman-Larsson. Ekman-Larsson, the wrister, that's off a stick and high. Gustafsson chops it back into the corner. Heitinen goes after it. And going for a spill in the corner was Niels Oman as he lost his footing. Mikko Lettinen. 2-point game, 6 points in the tournament. Tried to dish it off, it comes off a stick. Granlund has to hustle back, but Peterson is there first. Gets it on for Dahlin. Dahlin tried to stick handle his way towards the net, poked away from him.
If he had kept that on his stick, he would have had a lane towards the net going to his left.
Dahlin will flip this in. Vatanen off the backboards. Cleared away by Nicholas Freeman. On for Pessanen. He'll drop it for Granlund. Granlund lets it go. Good left pad save. Scramble in front of the net. Hellberg is down, and he will hang on, but that was a good left pad save off of Mikael Granlund. 2-2 tie.
Referee dance. Tripping. Knee. Boarding. Charging. Go.
Another solid outing for Adam Larsson. Dave, a player that you've watched all year.
Seattle Kraken did well by acquiring him, and myself and Everett Fitzhugh had the radio call for the Seattle Kraken, and I said TV guys earlier. That's John Forsland and JT Brown, who played for the Tampa Bay Lightning and finished his career last year for Björklöven in the Allsvenskan League in Sweden. Hello to all you fellas.
Of course, Seattle making its NHL debut. Lettinen giving chase, bounces back for Tomernes. And Bengtsson getting ready for a shot, but they call it offside. That'll bring the face-off outside the line. Great fan support in Seattle. A little bit of white there between the blue line and the puck.
Tomernes, just a fantastic season in Geneva in the top league in Switzerland. 48 assists, 51 games.
Spent the 13, 14, 14, 15 seasons with Utica of the American Hockey League. Seppel at a center and sends a backhander in. Gustafsson lays this up the boards. It was Gustafsson's shot directed by Shellman here in the third period that has knotted this game up at deuces. Lang will play it back for Ekman Larsson. On for Gustafsson. Through for Grundstrom. Grundstrom got stopped on the far side. And Joel Armia will send it back into the Sweden end. And Ekman Larsson will wind it up through the middle of the ice. Rasmus Asplund plays it back. Gustafsson the shot. Grundstrom was right in front. Satari fought that one off. Vatanen takes Grundstrom down. Play goes on. And this will lead to, nope, they wave off icing. Dahlin back for it. And Dahlin in a battle there with Pessinen. And Dahlin will slide it on for Freeberg. Freeberg works it to center no further. Salonen knocks it away. Lamiko will carry it back in. Pessinen lays it back down low. Antila off the bench and a chance to the short side. Antila swings it back down low for Lamiko. Pessinen is on it. Pessinen back for Lettinen. It bounced off a body. And another good left pad save made by Magnus Hellberg. Rasmus Asplund will put this in behind the Finnish net. Heikkinen is after it. Sends it back for Lettinen.
Well, no surprise, it's getting into hero territory, and someone's going to score a big goal on Little Saturday.
Yes, it is Little Saturday. We'll explain that in a second. Or you can. Inala plays it in behind the net, goes after it. Basically, it's the start of the weekend.
Yes, the early start of the weekend in countries like Finland and Sweden. And no better time than on Wednesday.
No time like the present. And I guess in our case, win in Finland. Do as the Finlanders do. Hartikainen got dumped. Ekman Larsson plays it around for Gustafsson. He'll bounce that out at center. Klingberg couldn't gather it in. And Vatanen winds it up again as we're down to under 3 here in regulation. Gustafsson carries it in for Sweden. Wrist shot, and that finds pipe. Eric Gustafsson snaps it. And Harry Satari, a little late picking it up.
This is a great shot. Using the defenseman as a bit of a screen, and Satari was down. Gustafsson was making it look like he was going to continue to stride to his left and then shoots across the body. And you can see Satari is going down. His arms go up at the last moment and you can hear it.
So Sweden getting a couple on Finland. Finland had 2 goals against in the first 3 games. They knew this would be a tougher battle. Sweden flexed its offensive muscles against Great Britain in the opening period last night. They got the first goal 18 seconds in and had a 5-0 lead by the end of the first. Back in across, Grundstrom to the front of the net. Oman was there, couldn't get a stick on it.
Joel Armia was able to usher it away.
Blast from the line by Ekman Larsson goes wide. Ends up in the corner. Armia ties his man up and cleared down the ice, and an icing call coming against Finland.
Last time these two teams played against each other in the World Championship was 2019, the quarterfinal. Here's Grunstrom getting it towards the net. Omen just can't get his stick underneath of Yoel Armia. As Sateri makes the right pad save and the puck kind of hangs around. It was in the quarterfinals in 2019, a 5-4 overtime win for Finland. I'm going to have you guess who scored the winner.
Harry Pessinen.
Antala.
There's the shot, correct. There's a shot, save made. You should have known that. We talked about Antala's big goals. It was the Olympics that Pessinen got the winner. There's Rasmus Asplund, who opened the scoring last night, 13 seconds in. So 1:56 left in regulation. Will it get decided in 60 minutes?
Well, it'll go to 3-on-3 overtime, but if I could vote for 5-on-5 overtime just for this game, I would.
A reason?
Yeah, they've been battling well. Good hockey game.
But that's not the rules.
I know. I like to make my own sometimes.
You do. Larsson watched in the corner, throws it back for Dahlin. I think 3-on-3, if we get to that point in 90 seconds, these two teams, I think, would be thrilling. Freeberg tied up with Seppala. This has been a good one. Peterson trying to work it in behind the net, squeezes his way out to the corner. Tried to get it back to the defenseman Gustafsson, and it's deflected out. Jacob Peterson in his first outing, coming over after that Dallas series. 2017 pick out of Frölunda. Manninen. After this, Gustafsson ties him up to an open quarter. Hartikainen is after it. Hartikainen down for Granlund. Granlund puts on the brakes. Good play there by Ekman Larsson to play the body on Granlund. And he'll send it on for Gustafsson, who'll send it on to Brome. Brome in on Vatanen, puts on the brakes. Brome dumps it back. Lindholm from the line off the bench on the change. Lets the shot go, and Satari makes the save. Pile up in behind the net. Bengtson centers and chopped away from Brome. Torres with the blast through traffic, and it went wide. Back one more try from Lindholm, and that got blocked. Sweden with all sorts of chances in the dying seconds. But we will go to overtime. Sweden and Finland tied 2-2.
As the score is tied 2-2 after the regular time, 5 minutes and overtime will follow after 3-minute intermission. The overtime will be played with 1 goalkeeper and 3 skaters per team. Laukaukset kohti maalia kolmannessa erässä, Ruotsi 9, Suomi 8. Shots on goal in the third period, Team Sweden 9 and Team Finland 8.
So 3 points no longer on the line. as Johan Garpenlov and Jukka Jalonen look on. Winner of this game will get 2. The loser will take home 1. And it has been a battle between these two teams as expected.
Sweden got on the board in the first from the Bearcat, Adam Larsson, with a wraparound, and then 2 goals in 2 minutes and 1 second by Finland in the second period. Both by defensemen, Mikko Lehtinen, Sami Vatanen. And in the third period, Shellman on a D-to-D pass where he was stationed in front. It eluded the goaltender, Harry Sateri. And the Swedish fans, a little sedated by this. There's Bjornanen, who's been so good in the face-off dot.
A quick math, 7 points from defensemen in this game tonight. So overtime to get going, Bjornanen and Shellman to take the face-off. And you wonder if Bjornanen was just out there for the face-off, but nope, he stays out. Tomernes, there's the long lead pass, tape to tape for Rasmus Asplund. Asplund walks it into the slot, quick shot, that got blocked. As Harry Pessinen got in front of it. So Sweden on the attack first. Shot to the short side by Shellman, save made by Sateri, and up the ice for Pessinen, but Shellman forces him back.
What happened when they went behind the net, Tomernes with the puck, they changed at the bench, and Asplund came out and went racing to the blue line. That is what gave him that lane. A little trickery.
Odd man rush, Hartikainen carries in. Hartikainen shot off a leg and wide as he was with Manninen. And now back up the ice, Peterson forced to the outside. Peterson chased back out the center by Vatanen. Dahlin, and he will wind it up. Winds his way into the finish zone. He'll dump it off. Bemstrom has to get off his stick, gets it back. Emil Bemstrom leaves it in the corner. Finland and Sweden in overtime. Off the sideboards. And this will get cleared away. And now we'll get a line change.
It's a long shift for Vatanen. He did a good thing to reverse it and get off.
Rome to the bench on the change after he had some time in the offensive zone. And now with some speed comes Granlund. And the crowd cheers him on. Granlund tied up in the corner along with Asplund. Granlund trying to spin off a check. Otama plays it back for Granlund. Out with Armia. Taken in the corner with Rasmus Asplund. And he'll drop it back in behind his own net for Ekman Larsson. On for Lang. Lang carries in 2-on-2 against Rajala. Lang takes it to the net, and Rajala recovered in time to poke it away. Lehtinen on for Rajala. Takes it wide on Lang. Puts on the brakes. Circles in the corner. Sends it to the front of the net off a skate. Gustafsson on for Niels Oman, and he'll deflect it down the ice and head to the bench.
Rajala's got that Stan Mikita tape job.
And across for Valtteri Filppula. Filppula out there with Vatanen. Vatanen has it in the high slot. Enela the other forward for Finland. Vatanen. He'll drop it back for Filppula. Back for Vatanen, and he'll take it back out the center. On for the captain, Valtteri Filppula. Enela. And Enela being watched closely by Joachim Nordstrom. 90 seconds left in overtime. Vatanen for Enela. Enela finds a little bit of room. Enela circles back, some Fresh bodies out for Finland. Back for Inola. Inola drops it back. Otama takes a look. Otama being watched by Rasmus Asplund. He'll leave it there for Manninen. Pulls it to the inside. Manninen, backhand, save made. Right pad save made by Hellberg. Inola trying to lose the checking of Shellman. And it's back out to center. Manninen takes a look. Off the bench, Hartikainen. Save made. And Hellberg will hang on to it.
It's a late change by Sweden, and Oscar Lang didn't get on to help out in time after Ila had just a leg burner of a shift being out there for quite some time. And when Finland re-attacked, Hartikainen gets a good look at it. Hellberg stands tall at 6'6".
Granlund, Hartikainen twists on the near side boards. He'll drop it back for Lehtinen. On for Granlund. Granlund fakes the drop pass for Hartikainen. Hartikainen hits for the front of the net. Ekman Larsson stays right with him. Poke loose to the front of the net. Lehtinen had Granlund alone, and Granlund couldn't handle it cleanly. Granlund with Ekman Larsson in pursuit. Granlund will drop it back. Kept in at the line by Hartikainen. On for Lehtinen. Lehtinen trying to get one last shot away. Goes to the forehand. It's blocked by Peterson. And 65 minutes will not solve this. We are going to go to a shootout between Sweden and Finland. 2-2 tie. Nothing solved in overtime.
As the score is tied after overtime, penalty shootout will follow. Each team will assign 5 skaters. Laukaukset maalia kohti jatkoajalla. Ruotsi 1 ja Suomi 1. Shots on goal in overtime. Team Sweden 1. Team Finland also 1. Laukaukset maalia kohti koko ottelussa. Ruotsi 24 ja Suomi 31. Shots on goal in the entire game. Team Sweden 24, Team Finland 31.
So we are going to overtime. Magnus Hellberg and Harry Sateri have both been very good.
They have been, and if I'm a shooter going against Magnus Hellberg, I'm myself a left-hand shot, and most of the players are for Finland as well. Come down, shading the right side, cut across the middle near the hash marks as if you're about to load up to shoot, take another stride, and then shoot it across your body and across his body up over the glove. His glove has not been solid. You want to bring him down and then get it over the glove. I think for Harri Sateri, he's been so good down low, but when he commits to going down low, he slides one way and doesn't get back the other. You've got to do a quick little move so that he slides one way, and then if you can just stop and get around him, you'll have half the net to nudge it into. Deke on one side, shoot on the other.
Well, we will see if those instructions get followed.
It's intimidating going against Hellberg because he looks so big at 6'6". But I think you can get him with a freeze him by showing shot and then follow through with that shot like a heartbeat later as he's going down up past the shoulders. And as I mentioned with Sateri, he's been pretty good in this game, but I think you can move him to one side and deke past the other side.
5 games now have gone to extra time, 4 of them in Group B, which is this group.
Here's the coin toss.
Earlier today, France winning in overtime over Italy. Of the 3 we have had in this building, 2 have gone to a shootout. 1 ended with an overtime winner by Luke Hughes. Ekman Larsson and Valtteri Filppula.
Sweden's going to get to start this off, and I mentioned Ekman Larsson. He scored big shootout goals for Sweden to secure gold in 17 and 18.
You like shooting first?
I love it.
So Sweden will start things off with Oliver Ekman Larsson, the captain of this Swedish team. In on Harri Sateri. Fakes and stays with it, and Sateri stays with him.
His momentum took him too far to his left, and if he would be able to stop and go back, even just the one-hander, but nicely defended by Sateri.
Manninen is next up. Sakari Manninen. In on Hellberg, fires, and he shot it over top the net. Quick release, not allowing Hellberg to get set up, but he fired it over top the cage.
Looking for glove.
And the next in Sweden, number 72, Emil Bäckström.
Emil Bäckström is next up to shoot for Sweden. And scores. Emil Bäckström goes glove side on Harri Sateri. And Sweden has the early lead in the shootout.
That puck was snapped off the blade. Boy, did he torque that stick past the left hand.
Sami Vatanen is next to shoot and goes in with some speed, and Hellberg may have got a piece of that. The net comes off the peg on the near side.
Same theme, trying to go glove, little stop up. And notice how low that hand is by Hellberg.
There's room there.
There is.
So another defenseman to shoot for Sweden. So Tomernes in on Sateri. Winds his way in and bobbled it, and then it almost got through Sateri. But Sateri does get the pads together in time and kicks it away.
Way back to the middle. Threw it off the backhand into the air and tried to pull it back and just didn't get all of it.
Jornanen next for Finland. And a short side save made as Hellberg got that right pad down.
And then Hellberg once again stares down the player. Bjornen is trying to sneak it underneath the pads.
Rasmus Asplund, the chance to really give Sweden a stranglehold.
I'd love to see a stop-back move.
Asplund, 4 goals in the World Championship and fired that one wide. They have ticked off the crossbar.
Slow down and try to go up over the blocker. I think it went off the shaft of the stick.
Well, a popular player here in Finland, Mikael Granlund, next to shoot. Granlund in, fires, and Hellberg another save.
Well, that was almost exactly what I was talking about, pulling it back, but trying to shoot across the body and up over the glove. Instead, it's off the blocker, and if Shellman does it here, everyone in yellow is going to go nuts.
Joel Shellman for the win. Winds his way in slowly on Satari, and Satari kicks it away. So now it will come down from a Sweden standpoint to Magnus Hellberg. And it will be up to Toni Rajala.
We've seen him pick corners. He's got a great shot. Will he use it?
Rajala in on Hellberg, and a glove save by Hellberg, and Sweden will win it. Emil Bemstrom, the only goal in the 5-round shootout. Well, they tested that glove, but not one of his tougher saves, but a good stop by Hellberg, and Sweden wins this 3-2 in a shootout.
Well, both these teams are going to be near the top of the pool, even though they split points in this one. But it's got to feel good for Sweden. Some redemption from the disaster of last year's World Championship. And for Finland, you just don't count them out. This is a speed bump for them.
So Hellberg, who looked shaky in the second period, now goes to 6-0 in World Championship play. Made a couple of saves that you pointed out early in the third period that really seemed to get him settled again.
Yeah, and again with the gloves. So earlier he was shaky in that regard, and comes around and seals the deal with that last backward skating backhand offering.
The best players of each team will
So we'll
be
have
awarded
the
with
player
the official watch by
presentations, top
Tissot,
player of the game
official
for each team.
timekeeper of the
And
2022
that will wrap up
IIHF Ice Hockey
this
World
day as we get to the
Championships.
midway mark of the
Molempien
preliminary
joukkueiden parhaat
round.
pelaajat palkitsee
An
Tissot.
action will resume
Vuoden
tomorrow. Great
2022
Britain and USA.
IIHF MM-kisojen
The early
virallinen
game, and then
ajanottaja.
Czechia and Latvia.
The
The
best
later
player of
game
Team
here.
Finland will be presented by
Canada gets back into
Suomen
action
joukkueen parhaan
tomorrow,
pelaajan
an evening
palkinnon
game in
tulee
Helsinki
jakamaan
against
General
Kazakhstan.
Secretary of the 2022
Lots to choose
IIHF
from
World
as far as
Championship Organizing Committee
player of the game
and
presentations
IIHF Council member
Were selections
Heikki
in this
Hietanen.
game.
Didn't seem to be anybody that just stood out more than another,
The best
other than
player
the
of Team
goaltender for
Sweden will be
Sweden at the
presented
end.
by Ruotsin joukkueen parhaan pelaajan palkinnon tulee jakamaan
You could
Tissot
just go
Sales
the
and
easy route,
Marketing
pick both
Casimir
goaltenders. They made a lot of
Lindström.
good saves. Emil Bemstrom had the only goal in the shootout.
The best player
I could
of
live with
Team
that.
Finland, Suomen joukkueen paras pelaaja, numero 4, number 4, Mikko Lehtonen.
Lundgren was great, had a goal and an assist, played big time minutes, got the puck to the net. And he is the player of the game for Finland.
The best player of Team Sweden, Ruotsin joukkueen paras pelaaja, numero 6, number 6, Adam Larsson.
Adam Larsson, another solid performance.
You counted up the points by defensemen in this game, 7 in total, split from 2 teams, and 2 defensemen who are known for playing well defensively get timepieces.
So Emil Bemstrom gets the only goal in the shootout, as Finland could not find a way to beat Magnus Hellberg. Goes to 6-0 in his career in World Championship play. And Sweden wins this by a score of 3-2. That is the final. So Sweden now with 11 points and Finland with 10 points as we rise for the national anthem of the winning team. that being Team Sweden.
Helsingissä tilanne ottelussa Sveitsi Slovakia 5-3. In Helsinki the score between Team Switzerland and Team Slovakia 5-3. Vuoden 2022 IIHF:n jälkeen MM-kisat jatkuvat täällä Nokia-areenalla huomenna torstaina kello 16.20 ottelulla Iso-Britannia USA. Tervetuloa! The 2022 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Tournament will continue tomorrow here in Nokia Arena at 4:20 p.m. with the game Team Great Britain against Team USA. Welcome!
Mikko, your team just spent a couple extra minutes here on the ice acknowledging the fans. How important are they to you?
They're so important for us. Like that support what we get every night here when we play, that's incredible, and we appreciate that a lot. So that's huge for us for sure.
Mikko, this game was so close. You push it to overtime, then it goes to a shootout. What was the difference maker?
It was a tight game. Both teams played good games, so hard to say what was the difference. It's sometimes you lose, sometimes you win these type of games.
You guys are still the #1 team in the world, but You've still got a long way to go in this tournament. What lessons do you take from this game?
For sure, like put the pucks in the net when we have those chances and bury the game. That's most important. And otherwise, just keep doing what we're doing.
One more and then in finish. You guys, this was a very, very close game for you in Sweden. What was the difference maker in the end, and what do you do moving forward?
You mean this game?
Yes.
Hard to say.
Sorry, could you answer in Finnish?
Pienet oli erot, että tosi vaikea sanoa mitä yhtä asiaa. Et maalin peli, et ensi kerralla toivottavasti voitetaan.
Kiitos.
Yeah, kiitos.
Magnus, in that shootout, you stopped all 5 Finnish skaters. Tell me about how much composure you had in those moments.
We know they have some really good offensive guys. I just try to be focused and be in the moment. I try to be calm and show off some confidence. Don't try to bite on the first move. And today it went well. So I'm really happy we got the extra point today.
And you were playing in front of a very hostile environment, 11,000 people pretty much cheering against you. What was that like to play in?
No, I mean, playing against Finland on their home ice, it's unbelievable. They have some great fans. They're really loud. You know, it's games like this you want to play. You get that extra energy, even though they maybe not cheering for you. But we had some fans here tonight as well that did a really good job. So, awesome feeling.
Magnus, you're now 6-0 in World Championship starts, but you've also just become the top team in Group B. How does that feel?
Obviously, it's every game is really important. We can just play one game at a time, but at the same time, we know how important every game is, especially to win against these top teams in our group to get a good position for the playoffs. So it was really nice to get the extra point today. Obviously, especially against Finland. So yeah, just enjoy this victory today and then keep going forward.
One more question, and it's the same one, but answer in Swedish. Just how big was this win to get yourselves the top spot in Group B, but also against your rivals, Finland?
Självklart känns det otroligt skönt att vinna mot Finland på deras hemmaplan inför deras fans. Det var en sjukt skön känsla. Tuff match, otroligt tuff match, men jag tycker vi gjorde en otroligt bra match som lag och vi kom ihop bra. Så nu har vi en bra sits till de framtida matcherna och till slutspelet, så vi tuggar på.
Tack.
Thank you. Thank you.